So the way the SRAM levers were designed were a little bit longer. So we had to take this into account when we were designing the top tube. When you say gravel, the difference between a gravel frame and a road frame is number one is the tire clearance. The way we did it was that usually gravel bikes are obviously gravel bikes. It's like a mountain bike with a drop bar. That was the first version. The next version, it's like a road bike and frustratingly fitted with a 700 by 35C, just to make it look like a gravel or just to make it a gravel. So basically, it's always a hybrid in between. What if we develop a geometry where on the side view, it looks like a road bike? And the reason why we want to make it look like a road bike because we all know that road bike looks so minimalist, clean, slick. And this is that result, a hybrid of mountain bike and road bike molded into one. You can have one bike for all your riding needs. Today is the first time that James saw this bike straight from the mechanic's hands, and immediately what we're going to be doing is we're going to test it if all the measurements check out, because the rule is, since this is a made-to-measure bike and you invested in a made-to-measure, if it does not fit, you are qualified for a 100% refund. So we're going to be testing what James looks like on this bike today. And this is how it turned out. It looked very proportional. But again, proportionality or beauty is nothing if it does not fit the rider. This is James's bike before the walls are built. And so far so good. It's also a SRAM. Just gonna do an experiment. Remove the hands higher. Okay. Higher. This one just rest it here. 8, 7. Your hand. Thank you. Thank you. So every project needs to have a confirmation before signing off. Okay, so thank you very much again. Wow, beautiful. This final result is a culmination of months of work from our biomechanics studios in Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, and Thailand. This is where we 3D scan your body to determine your head tube angle, head tube length, even the fork rake, based on how you want to ride your gravel. Focus specifically to amplify your riding experience, especially when you're into gravel. The more that you enjoy it, the more that you're going to stay. When you say gravel, the difference between a gravel frame and a road frame is number one is the tire clearance. So the way we did it was that usually gravel bikes are obviously gravel bikes. It's like a mountain bike with a drop bar. That was the first version. The next version, it's like a road bike and frustratingly fitted with a 700 by 35C, just to make it look like a gravel or just to make it a gravel. So basically, it's always a hybrid in between. So a 700 by 35C just barely touches the tire over here, okay? So we decided that, what if we develop a geometry where on the side view, it looks like a road bike? And the reason why we want to make it look like a road bike because we all know that road bike looks so minimalist, clean, slick, but have the macho feel of a gravel bike. In car terms, if you are into vehicles, it's like having a Porsche Macan. So it's a four-wheel drive with big wheels, but can fit the family and can be used for everyday driving. So that's how we wanted to compare it. A road bike is like a Ferrari. A gravel bike, it's like an in-between, right? It's like a pickup, but has big tires. Now we want to mold the two things together, something that you can use on the road and on the off-road. One of the qualities of gravel racing, and you're a veteran of gravel racing, you know, in our place, it's a mix of pavement and tightly packed sand, or sometimes sand. It's not really like big rocks. And based on all the maps that I've seen that you join, there's a significant addition of paved roads. And when you want to have paved roads, that's why we designed this to have a shorter top tube, because it has a provision for a aero bar. Most people, the head tube is too low and the top tube is too long. When you put an aero bar, you're already stretched out. Okay? So the reason why we made the top tube shorter than your usual based on your height is because we put a provision for an aero bar over here. So in the future, you want to join an Audax or all those Grand Fondo. It's as simple as adding in your road bike tires and it still looks normal. You add in your gravel tires, it still looks normal as possible. So that's one. Next, we try to make the accessories of the bike as you can say generic as possible, meaning there's no special seat post shape. It means in the future you want to change to a suspension seat post, it's possible. One of the, you can say, challenges of, you can say, carbon gravel bikes right now, some of them, they have a special shape, aero, which means then that your choices for equipment, accessories will be limited. So this one will allow you to put a suspension seat post in the future if you wanna. Next, this one is a standard head tube, meaning that there's no proprietary part that would fit. Again, it means then that in the future you want to have like a shock absorbing stem. It's also possible. Next will be the bottom bracket. So if you can notice on the bottom bracket, one of the things is that it's like we call it a cable box. It makes the routing of the cables a lot easier. So there's a port over here that you can service. Next one, it's threaded. So it takes away the creaking away. So some of our previous designs were press fit. So right now it's threaded, which means that you can now really have a tight fit. It takes away. Next one would be, we tried to follow the aero thingy. Not so much, but at least it gives the bike a special, you can say, character instead of the typical round tubes. And then if you notice also on the design, we tried to make this as an ellipse to give you the illusion that the down tube is a big tube, but actually it's not a big tube. It's just on the side, it is taller, but it's still the standard round tube. We just made the illusion that it is thick on the side. To make the emphasis on the down tube, we tried to make the top tube as thin as possible. So just like a sports car, if you look at a Ferrari or a Porsche, they have big wheels on the bottom and then a silhouette of the roof on the top, giving it like that hunched sensation. So getting into the design of the bike, we just wanted to add those elements, just like in the car industry, you want to have like a character. So one of the things is tall down tube, thin top tube, but at the same time, this one, the seat post is 27.2 to give you the illusion of lightness at the back. So these are not super thick tubes. We try to make it as light as possible because number one, it adds to the vibration dampening. And that's it. And to make it cleaner, we put a port over here. We had to drill it inside. Typically, the design is the cable is outside and then it goes outside. So if the way we wanted to design it is that as much as possible, we want to make it as clean as possible. We had to really machine this. This is the one that takes so long to do. So there's a porthole inside that would allow, in the future, if you needed a cable, if you're wireless, again, it's just there. It's not hanging out like a sore thumb. Thank you. This is Uncle James's Diverge. It's one of his most comfortable bike. So let's make a comparison. Number one is the head tube. The head tube is the one that dictates the comfort. If it's too low, okay, according to the measurement, this is 11. Okay, this is 11 centimeters. This is 14 centimeters. Even though it's 14 centimeters, it doesn't look gigantic. It looks proportional. So this is 14, this is 11. Next, top tube. Okay, based on the top tube length, horizontal, this is 55. Yeah, so 55. This is horizontal, is 53. Okay, so 53 versus 55, but taller. So shorter and taller, which is the ideal for which is hard to find in a stock geometry. Usually when top tubes are shorter, head tubes are always smaller. So that's one. So from center, there. Yeah. Center to center is 90.
Okay.
Okay. And then the way we measure it, if this is your most comfortable, tip of the saddle to the end is 68. Okay. So later when we build the bike, we have to mimic this part. In fact, the shorter we go, the better for your lower back. Yeah. By the way, how young are you?
62.
62 years old, okay? So it means that everyone has a chance, okay?
This is tighter.
More narrower,
Yeah.
okay?
This is 38. 38.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
It's supposed to help you use more. So the way you're riding right now is based on your previous ride. So with the custom made, it's a little bit shorter. You have to start modifying. Okay. One of the things that I noticed with you is that you hold the bars like that. Okay. This would put a lot of strain on your arm. So what you do now, we have to modify. Since this is shorter now, this one goes up, 3 fingers down. This is what the SRAM levers were designed for. So the way the SRAM levers were designed were a little bit longer. So we had to take this into account when we were designing the top tube. Okay, a lot of people have problems because when they buy the new SRAM levers, they're 1.5 centimeters longer than usual. So if you don't take that into account, you're gonna have a lot of numb fingers. Okay, hold it. The way it was designed is 3 fingers down. This one becomes your, there you go. Remember, your thumb is the most powerful muscle on the arm. That's why everyone can function, but if you don't have a thumb, game over. That's why, yeah, same idea. Okay, and then this one, inside. There you go. The other one, okay, there you go. And then just straighten up. Okay, the idea for this is you want to transfer the load and the stress to a softer muscle tissue. So more cushioning, much better. Okay, always remember this hold. Okay, not outside, it's always inside. You use this as your natural cushioning. Your wrist becomes a natural cushion, and then straighten up all the time. Because last time when you rode, you would always collapse.
Correct.
Because the bike was too long and you're tired. This one now, you use the hoods as your anchor point to push you backward. Yeah, okay, so that's first step. Remember, fresh from the oven, I'm gonna take a photo of you now. Drop your shoulders, like drop, perfect, that's it. Stay there, observe what we are looking at. So, one of the things that you can see with Uncle James, 62 years old, is the way he holds the hoods is now closer to his hips, giving him a better view of the road ahead. So if I zoom this in, that's the way he holds the bike now. Much more solid foundation. This will guarantee that he can control the bike, number one. Next is that it's going to drastically eliminate hand numbness, shoulder pain. Plus, if you can see his line of sight, he's riding a little bit taller than usual. Okay? So, one of the things that I wanted to emphasize here is the way you can see the road higher. Okay?
Yep.
When you can see the road higher, there's a plethora of domino effect. One is your neck is gonna be saved. Okay? Next, because you're not looking like this, you can now control the bike just holding here. Knees together all the time, knees together. There you go. The more that you bring the knees together, number one, it makes the bike stable. You know, like a ballerina, when they spin, when they put their hands closer, they spin faster. They put their hands out, they start slowing down. Just in case you encounter those 12% grade climbs and you need to do maximum torque. Your pinky goes underneath, just one pinky, then the other one. Now you can have like a really 3-finger grip. This is what you use now to pull backward. Start pedaling. There you go. So now you have a hold in case you want to produce more torque. Now, just in case you just want to close that gap, it's a little bit windy, and you just want to have like this momentary boost in speed, keep on pedaling, and then this one, you want to put here. There you go. Just hold that for 2 minutes. Just bring it down. Bring it down. Come on. There you go. There you go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Come on. 3, 2. Done. Recover. After you attack, when you want to recover, just straighten the elbow. And then go 3 fingers down again. Okay? 3 fingers down again. Okay, remember this positions, okay? Postures of the hand. When you're just coasting and riding normally, this is 3 fingers down. Now, let's start transitioning to the high torque. 1 finger down. And then 90-degree elbow. Set, knees go. Together. Remember, knees together. And you look like you're in control of the bike. Higher line of sight, which is very important in gravel. When you're riding in gravel, you have to have total control where you're going. Remember the difference with road biking and gravel? In road biking, just easy, huh? In road biking, you can literally close your eyes and just follow everyone. In gravel riding, which you've experienced, you have to look 10 steps ahead.
Correct.
Everything happens so fast, you agree?
Right.
So when we design your gravel bike, we have to take into account your line of sight. Aero is not always good if you cannot see the road.
Right.
We're not young men anymore.
Yes.
We don't have 20/20 vision.
Right.
And the first thing we want to have is that you're so high, you can see everything ahead. That's part of the design. Okay? Remember this. Now I like the way you're holding this. This is perfect. Okay?
A while ago,
Yeah.
I was looking for more gear.
Oh, then that should be good if you're looking for more gears. But you notice when you can control the bike and you feel you're taller, it gives you more confidence to pedal. Because now you don't have to think about anything else. Now you can focus on going a little bit more, you can say, sustainable,
Right.
comfortable. Plus, because now you can see the road, there's more chance for you to now enjoy the scenery.
Right.
And I think that's the reason why we do gravel.
Correct.
It's because of the scenery, a change of pace, a change of atmosphere, a change of environment. Road riding is good, but we're limited to asphalt, and sometimes for some of us, we're not lucky to be in really nice areas.
Yeah.
The buses, the jeeps, and the tricycles. So the gravel bike, if you look at the silhouette, does not look like a gravel bike on the side view. The best thing about this bike, you just replace the wheels to road bikes. It's a road bike.
Yep.
Okay? So I'm just gonna repeat this again because I'm gonna give you a copy.
Okay.
Never do this, which is your old style before, because before your bike was too long.
Yeah.
You tend to collapse.
Right,
Okay?
right.
Right now, I'm gonna perfect. And then this one, rotate. No. Rotate here and then just relax. Then the other one. There you go. Oh, this is perfect.
Okay.
That's why when you look at the pro riders in the Tour de France, that's how they ride their bike. Always this relaxed angle because this is now close to here. So if you notice, hold here again. We're just going to do an experiment. Remove the hands higher. Okay. Higher. This one, just rest it here. Okay. Then the other one. You'll notice that your elbows are now inside your knee, which means now you're really compact. You can now use your core to support your weight.
Correct.
And what you want to do is to really press it here, like really press it.
Okay.
Here, this. And then the other one too. Okay, this is what you do when you just want to bust through the wind. Press, set, press now, press, set. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, done. Okay, how do you recover? That's it, man, you're done. You still want to have gears? Yeah, no more gears, that's it. Yeah? Okay, so that's the handling. Because now it's closer, you can now use more core muscles to produce torque. And because now we've eliminated the chronic stress on your hands and palms, you can now really use the muscle that you've never used before. So when you do planks like this, exactly like 90 degree, now you can really use this muscle to support everything else. Because now you're supporting everything else, now you can go faster. That's why now all of a sudden you're looking for more gears. All of a sudden. Before it was impossible. Okay? Thank you very much, sir. So that's what the projects are all about. The project starts from the 3D scan, talking to the customer. We have to find out how you ride. Okay, this is what's lacking. Give me your hand. So every project needs to have a confirmation before signing off. Okay, so thank you very much again.
Thank you.
Wow, beautiful.
Let's run through the numbers again.
Okay.